to another session of Warhammer 40K's only meow. Meow. Wherein last time you battled your way through the slums and joined forces with the Blueberry Legion of the Rogue Trader previously around here. The Blueberries were very, very thankful for your assistance. Miss Hidioka is very excited about being able to show off her fucking Fire Warrior suit. Just full of explosives and fun.
And last session, I used the most lethal weapon known to man, a truck.
You did. That was nonsense, but oh well. Let's see here. I'm gonna boop your fuckers into this thing here. This is the current state of Civilian Zone 1. As of yet, still there is no information that has come in about Civilian Zone 2. It's still very much unknown. You've battled your way through the majority of the slums, which is where the Xenos were making their holdout. And they have a contingency of the cats. There are another group who are supposedly watching over a much fancier portion of the civilian zone. According to the locals, it's called the Castella. It's a lot of tall buildings. Recently, a number of machines were rolled into there. Recently, being within the past week and a half, were rolled into there, and some of the citizens were placed essentially under house arrest. The civilians here in the slums have been not so much slaughtered as they have been filed out. They don't know where they went to. It's entirely possible they ended up at one of the transport areas or moved to a different civilian zone. There are supposedly a number still within the portion of civilian zone occupied by Chaos Mechanicus. There are a lot more tall buildings. The roads and streets are open around there, although apparently there have been a section of them blocked off in order to make space for their own personal works. I can't read that. My vision is no good at the moment. Sorry, guys. Computer is something put.
Quitting out.
Oh, quitting out. Okay. Does that actually say out? Fuck, I'm blind as shit right now.
No. It doesn't say out, but he put P instead of O.
Oh, okay.
It's Bob, you know how he is with typing.
But I don't see any commas.
That's only him on mobile.
It's true. His mobile does William Shatner-ify all of his messages.
Alright. So we've pacified this little area of our sector, right? But we need to rumble up on the Mechanicus.
That would be what you know of. The Xenos are happy to help you do it. However, at the moment it's getting dark, and even you guys can see most of the buildings in this city are lights out, either as a result of nobody occupying the homes there, or power is out. None of the street lamps seem to be working very efficiently, but there is a dull glow coming from the other half of the civilian zone where these Mechanicus operate. You can make them out pretty clearly from where you are. However, it is the place loaded with actual civilians. There have been some ideas, and an individual comes to actually speak to you on this matter. Let's see here. That is right. Once Maria has done showing off her suit, she introduces you to an individual that she refers to as the captain, and also as her older sister. I'm gonna... Let's see here. Objects tokens, grab her, and pull her in. This is Captain Hidioka. She is the one actually running things with these Xenos here. Who would like to be the one to initiate their dialogues with this lady? She looks amongst you all, unsure who is currently in charge. I imagine that your techie is currently drooling over the giant, well-armed power suit of super fucking doom. She shows off her like fucking mass driving gun. It's pretty cool.
And I'm going to be attempting triage.
Okay. Yes, there were a number of cat soldiers who were knocked out. You actually managed to make it to a couple of them who were taking wounds on the ground from the screamer, and helped essentially get them hustled inside. It seems like they were inhabiting. Oh God, what's it called? The play clubs, after school club type place, a Sunday school essentially, like a particularly big like Emperor's Friendly Goods Sunday school. So it's also like all these Xenos are just sort of in a building that's like never trust the aliens and all that kind of shit.
Like a YMCA?
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
Bob.
pretty much. Welcome back.
What? Don't trust the aliens. Hang on, I got a thing for this. I'm gonna pull out some cards, and they look like flashcards. Pull out one of them. One of them says, kill, abhor the heretic. The other one says, kill the traitor. And the other one is like incredibly lewd and has to be pixelated out, and it just says, lay the Xenos.
Hmm.
That's
With the S scratched out.
That's what we were told.
Yep. Yep.
The great and powerful rogue trader McConnell told us this.
It's
He
very
handed
true.
these out.
He did hand those out, yeah. All hail McConnell. It's possible if that gets mentioned that one of the other towers, like they're still in their full combat suit, which is these enclosed ones that you can see on that dude's token, will lean over Moore's shoulder like, huh, fair enough, and then walks away again without mentioning it.
What? That's what he said. And he is a bearer of the holy warrant of trade, which makes his word law.
Mm-hmm.
He'll nod. We're no strangers to that. He lifts essentially like a I would say a flap, but it's more like where a cloak would clip in underneath like the shoulders of your armor. He lifts essentially that shoulder buckle up and reveals that there is a stamp with the Rogue Trader sign on it. The same one that you saw on one of Mari's butt cheeks.
See?
Yeah, he agrees on that point. Yeah, no, Rogue Traders are pretty good people.
It is our moral duty to lay with aliens. Nod, nod.
There is a long pause, and he says something in Tau to one of his other companions in a suit, and you hear like Vox voice laughing, and then he turns around. Yes, of course, that is true.
I very seriously tapped the flashcard.
He nods sagely in his suit and will walk away with a click clack. Captain is sort of watching this exchange with, I guess confusion is the best way to describe it. She'll look to the rest of you. Who amongst you would be considered in charge? I'm Captain Hidioka. It's a pleasure to have your assistance at last. The city is quite the war zone.
I'm Sergeant Clawford. I'm in charge of Squad 2 here.
You see like a hint of recognition in her eyes for a moment. She's like, Clawford, that's an interesting... What's your first name?
Jennifer?
She will giggle for a moment. Wait a second. She'll like walk over to someone else and then indicate one of the various cat soldiers who will also speak up and announce their surname, and it becomes finally apparent to them that most of you have puns for surnames. She's like, that's amazing. Holy shit.
It is another thing that Lord McConnell taught us.
He gave you surnames, huh?
Hail McConnell.
Every one of you does Hail McConnell, as though it's the greater good, and she gets like fucking Booker flashbacks. It's like, no, I thought I escaped this.
Oh, I'm sure they got a way Twitter.
Ow. How is your background noise louder than you sometimes, Pets? I don't get it.
My family's loud.
It's amazing though, it's like they were next to your microphone and you were the one further away for a second there.
My mic was up though.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it happens. Well, Sergeant Clawford, would you happen to have any information about the areas you've come from? I've heard from Maria that you've managed a measure of clear out and rescued her from some kind of experimental foul prison thing. For that you have my sincerest gratitude. And she thumps her chest plate with authority.
Jennifer gives a little nod and will explain the situation in the main city.
Interesting. Well then, we'll share what we have available to us ourselves. There was actually another member, not Tao, another of the Xenos group. They've headed off to one of the transport locations, presuming that you guys don't have just like a map to hand. She will, indicate one on a wall where the strike division supposedly landed down before going radio silent. Another small Xenos group made their way over to her, to them, in order to provide a measure of assistance. And let's see if I actually put them in the token pool, or do I suck? I suck, they're not in the token pool. Awesome. So they have no stats, but I will drag them in a moment and build that when I can be asked. Where have you gone?
Sergeant?
More?
We still need to relieve the operations unit. We were just going to swing by and, help out the Xenos, but if we don't help out the operations, we're going to be dead in the mud.
Sure, up to you. The operations unit. Let's see here. We can hold off the whatever the Mechanicus are doing here now that our location has been relieved, I suppose, of effort. We don't know much about the other civilian zone, so best to put it, a reasonable half of this location is made up of slums, and then it breaks out into high-rise. The following civilian zone, and she will indicate where your operations unit supposedly is, has been, how best to put it, a measure of the city goes underground, and there is a extended water system to make up for this rainy season. To remind you all, it is constantly pissing it down outside right now, quite dark out, despite it already being night. It seems even bleaker this time of day than it did before. These water channels basically make for unpleasant living situations. You're going to be looking for quite a challenging tunnel-to-tunnel ground fight if you were to infiltrate around there. We don't really have the means to assist en masse, but we could do with the Mechanicus out of the way and then join you.
I repaired the ground-to-ground mortars. Maybe if we slammed the Mechanicus with those and then lanced over to relieve and retrieve operations, then we could consolidate our hold. Rather than try and take one zone at a time, we could distract the Mechanicus and then relieve operations and bring them back so we can bring a full force to bear.
That is possible. I'm surprised that you would recommend such a thing. Maybe you weren't aware currently the Mechanicus are operating in an area with an actually surviving civilian presence. That would present a rather extensive loss of life. We'll cede to your ideas on this matter, considering you are an Imperial Guard unit on an Imperial planet, but I must confess I don't appreciate the idea of blowing up goodness knows how many humans to keep them under check temporarily.
Well, I hadn't really meant to, bomb the insides, just their perimeter, but I see your point.
Yes, sadly the perimeter of the civilians is likely more civilians in even more densely packed slums than ones that are around here and surviving. You haven't seen any large numbers of civilians, have you? Because there should be plenty around here, but they were all escorted out a few days ago.
We haven't seen any before now.
Challenging. This is interesting that they've gone missing. Goodness knows what a chaos cult would be using a large number of humanoids for, but I can only imagine it's something quite unpleasant.
What do you think, Sergeant? Deep strike the Mechanicus, and we have the camo cloaks. We should be able to flank them, get rid of them real fast, and then go help out the support.
It's probably best not to leave them still kicking in our rear. Yeah. And about what they could be doing with people. In that lab, we found, like, they'd been getting someone pregnant with eggs or something?
Yeah, the
Yes.
weird alien things.
There's no need to roll blue. Your Medicae is so fucking good. Assuming you're not under the rigors of combat, you can quite leisurely tend to everyone. Even quite serious injuries, you can leisurely do them because you're not being time pressed. I only worry about Medicae rolls really like in the midst of combat. Like, you have all the time in the world and you aren't gonna fuck up.
Hey, Brisha.
Thrisha will glance up and nod. It seems that she's looking over a little pamphlet that had been resting in the Sunday school room. Yes, Mara?
You're a local. Can you recommend any like back alleys or ways that we'd be able to strike at the heretics from like an unforeseen position?
From an unforeseen position is a bit of a challenge. Let's have a think here. The Castell's like the nice open bit around town. I'm not surprised they kind of chose it for their building, whatever the heck. There are a number of tall buildings, but I mean, right now the weather and time of day is going to be our best cover. Like, you guys are really sneaky. And if it's fucking shitting it down with rain and, dark, I don't think they'll see you approaching, assuming that we don't, bring shit in. Let's think here. At the same time, we might have a hard time spotting anyone who's on a rooftop, but there aren't that many around there. Like, none of the buildings are massively tall. They don't tend to be quite safe when they're tall in the middle of all this stuff.
Oh yeah, because it's standard gear, and we were in that place where we could like reacquire standard gear again. Is there an extra camo cloak?
Are you insinuating that you would have wanted to give one to Thrisha?
Yes.
Roll me 1d4. Hope for low.
Oh no. God damn it.
No, afraid not. There were no spare camellia lines.
Oh well. Actually, I'm pretty sneaky even without this cloak. If we go in force, and you should borrow mine, Mara. I mean,
Yes,
my
Mara. Let's see here. She still has a whole ton of, well, I say not a whole ton of, she still has unspent experience, and stealth is a skill that she has 2 things in, so give me a moment. I'm going to spend her up a notch and she'll be just fine, I think. That seems like a recommended way for me to burn some of her experience. How much is a second dot of training if you've got both the aptitudes?
250, I think?
I think it's 250. I'm on that page, so let me scroll down.
200.
200. If you wait, it's a tier 2 or tier 1?
Tier 2, she's already got tier 1.
Okay, if it's tier 2, then it's just 200.
Sweet.
I have it on my cheat sheet.
Very handy cheat sheet to have.
It goes.
Okay.
If it's 2 aptitudes, it literally just goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. She has 200 unspent experience. She has training for well, she basically has a converted NPC thing where she does not have an actual specialization. She's got just an invented one for scouting. Let's see here. She has enough experience to get a second dot in any of the following, and you can choose what you would like it to be in: athletics, awareness, charm, dodge, operate surface, forbidden law chaos, common law imperial guard, common art, trade poetry, linguistics low or linguistics high.
Awareness or dodge? I want her to live.
I'd say awareness because then we can get her to do the party awareness checks.
That's fair. She has a 40 perception with 2 dots of awareness. That makes her very good at it. And then I roll shit. Yeah, I roll shit. That was just a test.
Spend a fate.
She gets 1 fate point, but it's just so that she has a thing to survive instant death. It doesn't roll. Yeah, she's literally got the special mook fate point that some elite enemies have, just so that they can go -10. Basically, that's the way I count it. If they have a fate point, they can go into critical damage without dying, and some of them are allowed to burn them to keep going until they're actually killed.
Cool.
Yeah, so she's got one of those. She can fate through an instant death and then keep on fighting until she receives attention, or until she's like savagely killed again. Hooray! Okay, there we go. So she has that. Good. Excellent. So yes, there we go. Her ability to be your spotter has now improved.
Nice.
We took out this group already, and we've moved into the zone. Should we just press the attack tonight?
It's entirely possible. Thresher will look back to the captain again, who will nod and indicate the activity they're aware of. Since they've been pinned down, they haven't managed to do any outriding, but a couple of the soldiers that they managed to essentially strong arm into helping them had to make it through a portion of that area. And I will, you know what, I'll make some people visible based on how much they know. Can all of you roll me a d100? I'll take an average for like the party's general luck. Fuck.
Haha!
Alright, that is a reasonably decent average right there. Okay then, let's see here. Into the Castell, move those there.
Well, 5 divided by 5.
Oh god, my thing's doing that thing where it won't fucking scroll in the pages again. There we go. Okay.
Way to go, String.
Yep.
I did it.
And there you go. There should be civilians in all of these outlined rooms. And stupid broken scroll. Here, and in this bottommost building. There. Everywhere else would probably be accompanied by chaos forces. One of the cats will speak up. They're actually someone who's just finished getting nicely anesthetized by Blue, and is sort of annoyedly like tugging at a bandage that's around their neck. Blue is probably really considering putting the cone of shame on them for this. They'll behave.
I'm just revving the chain knife.
They then just like sit on their own hands to stop themselves from messing with the injury, and will continue to describe the situation. They had been holed up in this building, in the top right.
Okay.
There had been other buildings off there, but I've just left them off map because that's just, it opens out onto more roads and then bleeds into the slums. and they were there in time to see the Mechanicus move in, set up some strange powered engines and some fortified walls in between a couple of the buildings. There are probably far more chaos than they have an accurate number for, but those are the ones they know of for sure. Or at least they managed to see by their patrol point. Like, it's expected that they will generally move across the open streets back and forth.
If we find a nice tight alleyway with only maybe like one of them, we should be able to sneak up, and Percy can give him a nice pat on the back with a power fist. Doesn't make that much noise.
If we're lucky.
You might not want to pull out the chainsword until after they notice our position, though, Percy.
Repeat that?
I said you might not want to bring out the chainsword until they know we're there. So
Power
maybe
fist,
just
got
use
it.
the power fist. Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly...
Power fist.
Watching
No.
and screaming is pretty loud, so try to grab him by the head.
That is a good point right there.
I should have trained stealth at some point.
Yep. Alright.
Luckily, Scout only makes one of us do that, and I have obscenely high stealth.
Yep. Well, I do that for like getting from point to point on how stealthy as a group you lead them. I might do the classic group stealth roll of like have a bunch of you make it and then just put successes against failures. If you come out on top, then hooray.
I mean, I still have a 29 in stealth even without training, which is not bad, I guess.
No, not bad at all. Just gonna grab you guys and just like shove you all into an alleyway down here. And now, Mers, I believe you took the leadership thing, so you can grab an extra comrade. Did you want a support comrade or a standard comrade?
A standard one, please.
Okay. One of the cat soldiers that are just there and available will, join on to you and insist that they're willing to go back out there again. So you have two dudes, don't let me forget. Let's see here. Thresher would like to come along. Let's grab you.
It takes a little bit to get all prepared to go on this mission, right?
I don't know, does it?
I assumed, but
I mean, how much time are you willing to take up?
nah. If it doesn't really take any time, then it's fine. I'll do it later.
Well, I'm interested in knowing. The conversation happens after the fighting, after the dust has settled on your fight. Why have I grabbed another Mara? That's not what happened. Did not want to clone Maras and fucking... Alright, I've got to reload roll 20 because it's not letting me scroll. Stupid fucking thing. There we go, I can scroll again. Now, where'd you go, Thrisha? There you are. Nameplate as well. Dude. Okay. Would you like to bring along some Tau?
Yeah. Bring along some Tau, but maybe have them attack a different piece, a different part of the map, so that we can sneak in
It's
behind.
a crossfire, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. They can't like fully wrap around because they have to sort of go through the area to end up in the back, so they can't do this approach, but they can certainly come in from the side roads. Like over here, maybe?
I don't know
Can't
where
see
over
you're
here is.
pointing,
Sorry,
Scout.
yeah.
You're on the GM layer.
I'm not, I just wasn't doing the ping right. You can see that, yeah?
Shift point, just to drag us over. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they can do that approach, but anywhere along the bottom, they'd had to go through potentially patrolled areas just to get there. Would you like them to be noisy or not?
Sergeant, wouldn't we want them to make a bunch of explosions and noises so we can sneak up from behind?
Yeah, a distraction would be handy, but then the Chaos troops are definitely gonna be super on guard. Whereas if everyone's stealthy, then you might be able to catch some of them in their bags.
Maria will pounce at that because it means no using the giant death suit. A couple of the actual fire warriors will sort of like fist pump the air like, we'll do this shit.
How about stealthy until it gets loud, where they can, sneak up real close, and we'll try to be as sneaky as possible using Percy's big fuck off hand. But when they're spotted, they open up.
Okay.
Maybe Maria, you hold back a little way in the giant suit, and come in raising hell when the shooting starts.
Sounds good to
Exactly.
me. I'll be in reinforcement range. And then she'll crack her knuckles,
Exactly.
which
Get in.
is awesome in the suit because it does the fucking same motion. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Our blue friends will get in as far as they can, and then open up, and then we'll come up from behind.
Sounds fair. Let us know if you get rumbled and then we'll dive in. And also, hopefully, if we're attacking a Mechanicus point, then we can get some repairs made to Maria's jump jets. They had to be jettisoned into a building, admittedly, which then blew up, but a jettisoning nonetheless.
I would offer to help because I'm pretty handy at that kind of stuff, but I was really only taught how to repair human technology.
Given time, we should be able to manage this. Crazy Eyes will give you your putting iron and your sand wedge.
I'm not sure which is which.
I like to think the putting iron is the power fist, and the sand wedge is going to do that awkward, slightly at distance shot.
Alright, then what's his driver?
Oh, his driver is the chainsaw. That thing revs loud and hits hard.
Yes.
And his rifles are just a nicely assigned selection of woods and irons.
That's what to say.
I always liked a 5-wood. Heyo. Alright, let's see here. I'll grab some quick fire warriors. These guys have stat blocks. They should do. They do. Hooray. Good for you. One of them is actually quite injured. And this one I will request a slightly more challenging Medicae test from Blue to try and patch up, because you've not really worked on Tau before.
Can I command to inspire?
You absolutely can, yes.
Yeah, I have a +10.
You can do it!
Excellent.
I see that broken ass. You have a -20 and then a further -10 due to the scale of their injuries. So -30 overall. But then plus your inspiration and your various nonsense crazy high rolls.
So I still have +30.
Great. Go for it. What the fuck is that?
An 11 on a 128.
Wow.
His fucking health is filled to the brim. He is surprised at your mental acuity as you restore him to full health.
STD has been trained to handle not only natives of McConnell, but also certain xeno species.
He'll pause. I'm not surprised that a fellow native of the McConnells is trained in STDs. Oh, you mean that other thing, right?
I don't understand what you're getting at.
No, it's fine. It's actually it's okay. Looks around awkwardly.
Stray.
The Special Task Defense has been serving the McConnell Field for generations.
Yep. Alright, so let's see here. Will Captain Maria go? Probably not. So we'll have the 2 fire warriors approach from there. They're not going to be like on the edge of this street where a patrol is directly stood. They will take an extra turn to arrive as you guys begin. Let's see here. Alright, so I mean, this kind of stuff means that there's about 45 minutes of preparation made, if that's enough time for you to do whatever it is you're planning, Stray.
Oh, I was just going to cash in the every session of this game flirting with Trisha.
Oh, okay, sure. Yep, she'll put a little pamphlet on back down again, and it's like the Emperor wants you to be their special big friend. Maybe you should join the Imperial Guard. And, you know, she's stood there in, like, really now by this point very much tattered and, like, laser burned, like, guard wear that's just got the armor haphazardly tossed over the top of it. And a helmet that still has, like, ear space on it that doesn't really suit her. Because it's just got ear holes.
Maro's gonna show her the benefits of feline inflexibility.
Let's see here.
You talking licking your own crotch?
Look what I can
she
do!
She has ears on the side of her head, which are stationary. How adorable is that?
It is very adorable. Yes, let's see here. Currently, like, the location you're doing this flirting in is an Emperor's finest Sunday school thing. So, I think I'm gonna have you do a charm test.
I hate you.
She might not be in the mood, considering the setting.
Ah, motherfucker.
I'm gonna guess it's not a skill that you're particularly good at.
No, I'm good at literally everything else. That's why I wanted to cash in all of the flirting from everything else so I wouldn't have to do a test.
Oh, I mean, I'll make it like I'll give you a modifier of, let's see here, plus 30, I believe. Seems like a good, nice modifier for me to give you on this. But it's just basically like, and yeah, sure, any other time she would be down to clown without doing a roll, but you're like literally, like, you're at Sunday school, surrounded by Xenos, after you just got out of a fight. She's like...
So, I'm not going to completely cockblock Mara with a fucking 100, so I'm gonna reroll.
Like, she becomes afraid of cat vagina.
No. That's not just cockblock. That's cockblockula coming in and slapping you.
Yeah.
Alright. It's a failure, but not a critical failure.
Yeah, she's,
You have staved off cockblockula.
Yeah. Go, you can't catch me, gay thoughts. As tempting as you make the prospect, she like looks around at the surroundings and there's like that little, the pointing finger, like the I want you to be an Imperial Guard, like, you know, big Papa E is just like on the wall, and there's memorabilia and like holy shit just everywhere. Just like, this doesn't really feel like the time.
Fine, let's go rumble the heretics then.
She will like give one of your ear tips like a little pinch and say, maybe another time, and maybe another place. A place with a bed.
Yes. Alright, so did you want me to do a stealth test to get everyone here without being spotted?
Yes, give me the overall stealth test. You have plus 10 because you have a trained scout and a local helping you.
So, plus 30.
I'll spy you.
Yep,
What's inspiration then?
plus 10. If it's a success, which it just about is. Holy shit, it is really hard for you to fail. That's pretty great.
4 degrees of success.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, you are able to approach just fine, and not only that, you can do it so stealthy you are able to watch the patrols move around for a little while. Let's see how kind fate is being. Would you like to roll me one more, just a 1d100, please? And we'll see if anyone reveals themselves. I guess people are going to be revealing themselves. Okay, so this fella here... like, you arrive at the best point when he is not only walking away from you, but he's walking away from you just up here and facing away. This guy looks like he's about to present an issue, but he will turn around and start going down this street. You can't really see the movement of other people because you're at street level. You haven't got that much information. There are, now I suppose I will describe this point to you. This wall here is about 2.5 meters tall. Like, it's taller than the buildings that it is next to. And you can see that it is lined with little studs. Can you give me a tech use test, please?
I was literally about to roll one of those.
Yeah.
Alright, tech use, and then plugged in, which is plus 10. And oh yeah, I have that, so. Alright. Wow, alright. I rolled a 91, but
It's still a success. You're very good at it. Okay. So, I mean, you've not seen them used before because it's really, really nice high-tech equipment. However, it looks like it has been created on the fly as well. Like, a few of the studs that are sticking out, you can see that they seem like they were made out of old bolt cases. It is hard to figure out what you're looking at, but you assume that they're some kind of, like, blast cap. Whether they bring down the wall or just deal harm outwards is another matter, though. Hard to say exactly what it does, but there is something about this wall that is explosive.
You're talking about this?
Yep.
Alright. I will relay that this wall seems to be lined with explosives, which is ironic because I was planning on putting explosives there myself. And over here, there is a guard patrolling that Percy should go and give a handshake to.
Right, I'm going to pull up initiative. It's not because, like, a fight has already started. In fact, you guys are going to be the only ones rolling on it. It's just so you can pick an order to shit that you're doing. And you have no time to do that, Blue. Sorry. Jesus, you are... I saw a red number and I was like, is that 7.4 successes? No, it isn't. That's... At any other time, delicious roll.
The only question is, do I spend a fate point to make that one actually be a 10?
Well, don't forget this is just the order of actions without being in combat, so... Regardless of what happens, if a fight breaks out, the odds are particularly high in your favor that you're gonna get first shot and then enemies will start doing things.
Yeah.
It's just that when your initiative ends is when the patrols will start moving around again. Why did Mwawr move? You sit back there. Give me a moment.
I couldn't click the ninja mask
Oh, right, okay.
because it went off the side, so I had to move
Thrisha.
it.
Let's see here. What was your initiative, girl? G3 bonus, and she doesn't have any talents related to it, I don't think. Nope, Nose of Steel, Rapid Reload, Hatred Xenos is not going to do her any favors. Alright. Click. Initiative set to 3.3. Wait, does anyone have that a thing that gives a bonus to group's initiative?
My sheet is frozen. Give me a second.
That's fine. It's just
Okay,
an overall, like, do you guys
no,
give...
no, I do
okay,
not.
that's fine, and she'll roll at base 3.3. Well, look on the bright side. I rolled a 4 and still got lower than Merce. Alright. So that is going to be our order of operations. Okay, Mora, you have the first action. I mean, since combat hasn't started, you can just be like, I will give up my action, and people give up an action and just have Percy go instead, or whatever.
Well, I am stealth pretty good.
Sure. As of right now, you saw that guy walking away from you, so he's not going to be looking in your direction. Likewise, a guy walks down this way. You don't know where he is right now, although I'm gonna move them on the screen anyway, so behave and don't meta me.
No, yeah, that's fine. Why is there an X on this building again?
Because that's where a number of the cats that you already acquired had previously holed up. They know for a fact that means that there are no civilians in it.
Alright,
Purple is confirmed civilians, red is confirmed empty.
alright. And did my tech use actually tell me that there were people in this building?
That isn't even a building. This is an attaché that someone has built outside and then put walls up.
Oh,
Like,
alright.
this here is a building, and this here is a building. And they've put a fucking huge wall between the two to make it like an enclosed space, and you can hear the hum of power generators behind it.
Alright. Hey, Sergeant.
Yes.
I have an entire kit of explosive charges, and there appear to be power generators and people on the other side of there. But the wall seems to be filled with explosives as well.
Why not just send a grenade over?
I could, but I don't want to abuse the grenade launcher lest the DM get mad.
Oh no, I recommend giving it a go.
Alright, there's enough room that Percy can pass me by, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, if you think about it, each of these spaces is a meter across. People can move between you in a meter.
Alright, well then I am going to take an aim, and I'm going to basically aim down that street, and I'm gonna pass my action up to let Percy pass by. When shit gets real, then I'm gonna fire a grenade.
Okie doke. Human. Looks like preparations are being made. Your face has finally stopped aching, which is nice. It doesn't feel very pretty, but it's at least stopped being incredibly painful.
Let me see. I think I should set up some sort of overwatch just in case things go down. But then again, it'd be the first person I see. So, or wait, or is it? I have to set a specific.
You can prepare a specific like, I mean, if you say you want, you can prepare a trigger, but like Overwatch is, if an enemy moves in this space, like if Overwatch is set up and someone is stood in the open, so say I'm just gonna put this guy here. Say this guy has already stood here and you put Overwatch up. While there's no fighting, you aren't gonna shoot. But likewise, if a fight starts and this guy doesn't move, you don't start shooting at him. Like he has to then start like trying to move for you to be blasting them because rules are weird.
No, Scout.
Wait, you can set up an Overwatch shot on someone who's just in target.
You can set up whatever trigger you like to start shooting.
Oh, that's what I mean. But
you
like the Overwatch is a different maneuver. That's the one where you make pinning tests and shit, right?
No. Overwatch is the one where you set whatever trigger you like to start shooting in a kill zone. Like you could set like, if a drop of water lands on my nose, I start shooting. That would be covered by the Overwatch action.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you can do that then. Although it's a full action, you have to move up a little bit to see down that alleyway. I'm gonna let you set it up anyway because none of the people in front of you are in a massive rush. If you want to put yourself in a position where you can see down there and create your Overwatch action, that is fine. Just let me know the trigger.
That should probably be. I'm actually. I actually want to say I'm probably like here.
More space. That's fine. I mean, you can be stood there. This guy is definitely heading in that direction, so he's not going to peek the corner and spot you.
Okay. Well. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Now, what the trigger would probably be See, they're trying to be all sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if my character thinks they're about to be that Mora and Percy are about to be discovered, or yeah, that would probably have to be it. Something like if they were still having trouble with this guy, like say they were having trouble with this guy and there's another guy like walking this way, like here.
You wanna, if it looks like they're about to get revealed by another individual, then you want to take a crack at them?
Yes.
Okay, that seems fine to me.
Okay, yeah. It's better they think that they're being attacked instead of already.
Yeah, no, that seems like a perfectly fine maneuver to me. Let's see. Hello, Anna. Okay, cool. And then Percy, it is your turn.
Okay. That's sandbags over there, I assume?
No? I've described that wall a couple of times.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's fine. This is a 2.5 meter tall wall. It is technically taller than the buildings that it is in between. And it is loaded with metal studs that, according to your mechanic, are explosive things, or they look to be explosive.
Ah,
We told you to go and give the patrolling guy who's turned away from us right now a rather violent hand job, and I am aiming my underslung grenade launcher this way.
which patrol guy? This close one over here?
Yeah, I think this is the guy who has his back turned right now.
Yep, he is not facing you.
Fortunately, I cannot reach him with the charge. I can run up to him, though.
Hmm.
I will do that, I think.
Alright. Give me an awareness test as you go, sorry. Indeed, actually,
Sure.
can both Mora and Puma make me some awareness tests?
Oh boy.
This is not gonna go well. I have a 3 in awareness.
I have my Auspex affixed
Oh, I'm
to
gonna
my
buy
face,
a fate.
so I get a bonus.
I'm gonna spend a fate to make that
That's
success.
fine. Can you put your character token back just a moment then, please? And you'll have to show me the routes that you take, for no apparent reason.
Motherfucker.
Alright, let's see here. God, I'm too blind right now to see things good.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but...
Hey. Then give me a second.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck it, I can't see a good picture for it.
Here you go.
Yep, cool. And I'm gonna use, let's see, a nice piercing green. There is a mine there that you spot as you're traveling.
Ah.
Let's see when you're at that point. Cool. So you go through that space anyway?
Sorry. I'll go around it then.
I just saw those arrows move. I was like, wait, what the fuck? You know now that there is a bomb right there.
I was just putting it there. I was gonna...
Okay, yeah. You can move yourself in segments and just know that it's an action. That's fine. While you're at that corner, let's see here. How far can you see? Alright. You can indeed see that there is another one, like, quite literally there. Alright. And you approach and get up in his grill. I'm going to make an awareness test for him because it's still dark and piercing it down with rain and he's not looking in your direction. How good are you at shit? Well, your perception is 35, but you don't have awareness trained, so...
Better than mine.
Yeah. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, you dash up behind him and he has not noticed you are there. Blue.
Yes.
What you gonna do?
When they come for you.
Indeed. Bad boys, bad boys. No, the studs themselves aren't trip mines. No, this would appear to be like a laser line triggered det pack. So traveling over it, touching it, would explode it.
I think if possible, I'm just gonna try to peek around the corner if y'all allow me to.
Essentially, yeah, COD Claymore mine. Like it's got the little laser beams poking out, but it's also got vertical clearance. Because I always hated that. I was like, what do you mean if I cross in this thing's fucking threshold, it goes bang? Yeah. It's basically got clearance to blow up anywhere within a set meter around it.
I can see. Do we know how this guy's moving?
He's moving south.
Move up.
Okay. How much are you moving up?
Looks like just a space.
Okay. Are you going to perform any other actions? Or are you going to see how this plays out?
I'm just thinking I'm just gonna see how this plays out at the moment.
Okay. Jennifer, you're up.
Okay, so sweeping order. Shakespeare. Hey, Shakespeare, pay attention.
He's like, oh right, yeah, I'm with you now. Awesome.
Yeah. You're with Thrissia for this fight. Keep her backed up.
Put a little dot on her. What's a good mook dot? Here you go. Get some muscles.
Grandpa, you're still with me. I would like to attempt to climb up this building to get onto the roof.
You know what? Since Scout Thrisher goes right after you and was planning to do the same, she will just give you a boost up there as well. I'll give you an additional +10 on the athletics to hold your ass up.
It's athletics, not acrobatics.
Acrobatics, sorry. Fucking thing. Oh, actually, I guess it could be both. It's either of them, athletics or acrobatics. Yeah. Acrobatics is like a jump, and athletics is just get your fucking claws in that wall and haul.
Yeah.
It's a +2 either way.
Yeah. I'm first gonna heroic inspiration. And give myself another +10.
You can do this. You can do this. Don't slip down. You'll make an ass of yourself. Alright. You know what? Actually, it's also pissing... Never mind, you're fine. It is pissing you down with rain, so there was going to be an extra -10 on that, but that does not impact you in the slightest.
So, I assume I can't move any further with a half action.
I don't know. I think you've got 5 DOS. I'll let you move an extra meter if you would like to. If you get onto there, you'll be stood directly on top of the building. This here, although it's diagonal coverage and you might, like, fall off it if you try and do something ridiculous, it is giving you cover from the street.
Yeah, for now I'm gonna stay on here. But cover also hopefully makes me harder to see.
Correct, yeah. Quite literally, if you're stood on here, you can see real good and shoot people, but likewise, you're just stood on top of the flat surface of a building. Where you are right now, there's a slope, and you're sort of, if you imagine the roof ends in, like, guttering, then you can be pressed against that. But since it's the magical 41st millennia, the guttering isn't made of Shitsville turboplastic. You're in a nice place, and it rains for months and months and months in a year. So it will support your weight. Alright, Scout Thrisher is... Let's see here. She's gonna attempt a stealth up. Get a little bit of wall cover. She's a-okay. She won't move that much closer because she does not trust the strange wall thing over there yet. And before Mwawr takes her turn, there's going to be a little bit of movement. Firstly, this guy gets like a meter further away. He looks like he's stopped and is about to turn around. But no, he doesn't even get a meter further away. He has stopped, and it looks like he's going to turn around, but he's not really doing anything. This guy moves down 2. This guy moves here. You are moving here. You're there. You're there. You're there. And the fire warriors will arrive in the next rotation. Okay, Mwawr.
Excuse me. All right. So I'm going to update our blueberry friends on what's going on, and then I am going to keep aiming at basically the center of this area. When shit goes down, I'm going to be firing a grenade.
Okie doke. Same action, same as before?
Yep. Second
Cool.
first, same as first.
Alright, Percy. There's a guy. He's about to turn around and see you, but you have entirely just... You didn't even stealth. You ran up to him, but he's so ass at awareness.
Give him a dire hand job. Do it.
Yeah, then
Oh,
you're
punch that bitch.
yeah, it's just a fly because you did a run action. This is a flying Superman punch. Let's face it.
Yes.
But now I need to rename someone's power fist the Gauntlet of Dire Hand Job.
I mean, I will. I just gotta make sure sidearm lets this still count as a +0.
Unless
As-
you're using
as
your
was-
sidearm, it's. Do you intend to punch and shoot him at the same time? Because otherwise, I mean, you just.
I think I do. And
Okay. I mean, hot shots
But I
are
just
laser
gotta make
weapons.
sure if
They're
it-
pretty quiet.
so hang on, I just need to check the skill here real quick. Just to make sure it covers any melee and not just balanced like Blade Master.
Right. Sorry. That was me snapping a little block of chocolate off. Nom. I always crave chocolate when I'm tired. Nom.
I'm back.
You do not.
Scroll.
You do not require cohesion to get that. You need to be in cohesion for the +4 damage effect.
Okay. Well,
Because that's like an altogether fire on them thing.
yeah.
Inspiration just makes you feel good about yourself.
It's just this melee weapon. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, basically, when I go into Overwatch, that's also like I do a order as well.
Oh, I can get a half aim in too.
So I'm technically out of cohesion with my companion or comrade.
Alrighty. And yeah, Percy. The reality is the reason it doesn't include it like that. It's because they're still on negative to shooting someone who you're hitting with a weapon because they're in melee contact, not point blank.
Ah, yes.
It would be a bit mean for that like dual wield negative thing to also apply to it on top of that rule, which is pretty brutal. That's like -40 or some shit otherwise.
What rollers?
Alright, hang on. I'll be right back.
That's
He
a
can't
hit.
dodge, can he?
Yeah, that's correct. He can't dodge. He is not aware.
That's a headshot as well.
You fist him in the head. You do in the 03. Would you like to roll the damage for that before you shoot your weapon? Because you might not need to shoot it. Oh, he's super fucking dead, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here.
So you Superman punches block off.
Yeah, you literally do Superman punch this guy in the back of the head. All 12 of his wounds are fucking gone as shit. And you penetrate all of his armor and toughness. Yeah, you hit him in the head and you go 10 overhead, which I'm pretty sure just turns him into a little ash pile. I will double check.
Here.
Critical.
Superheated by attack, target's brain explodes, tearing apart his cold, sending flaming trucks nearby. Anything flammable.
Oh shit, yeah,
The
this
entire
could be quite a loud death, actually. Roll me a d2.
Oh,
Wait, no, I mean, his gear won't explode. He sets on fire and is going to run in a random direction while he's on fire. Huh. Okay.
so 3d10. One for random direction.
Yes, and then
and
2d10 for the distance. And if it runs past you, I'll let you do a test to try and body block it. You're going to take some damage, like fucking football tackling a flaming corpse so that it doesn't run out into the street.
Oh dear.
Okay,
that's
so
right in my direction.
that is 8 in the scatter diagram is not technically in your direction, it is right past you. So I'm going to have to make you do a test in order to body block this guy. Because he's going to run a full 10 meters. He's going to hit a wall if you don't stop him, and that's going to be obvious.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see here. What kind of test do you think that should be for, like, be quick, get on it?
Athletics?
Sure, athletics seems good. You know, you're gonna body check the flaming running corpse.
I'm gonna spend a fate.
That's a good idea. Alright then, you take 1 energy damage that ignores your toughness as you, like, bodily pile onto someone who has just caught fire and started thrashing around.
Armor and toughness, or just toughness?
Sorry, it ignores all of your defense, armor and toughness.
That's what I
You
thought.
just take a point of damage, but you now can make... What's the test to avoid then catching fire? Because that one will apply.
Challenging agility.
Agility, please. I'll give you plus 10, because you kind of opted to pile into him and it's pissing it down with rain. Alright, yeah, you
There we go.
pass. So you body check him and then roll away before anything on you catches.
Mhm.
There is no kill like overkill, you guys. That is a delightful start.
Yes.
I'm kind of, like, part of me as well wishes that I'd put, like, this mine here a little bit closer just to really up the ante of this corpse then sprinting past a mine and exploding.
So question, if we manage to stealth this entire mission,
Yeah, it is
We can
also
get the-
theoretically totally possible.
is it possible that we could get a special achievement and all of us just, for whatever reason, just find a random eye patch in our bags?
No, you won't get an random eye patch, but I can tell you for a fact that if you manage to do this without alerting anyone, I will be awarding you 600 experience.
600 experience in addition to...
In addition to the mission's experience, if you do this whole thing without alerting anyone, which is doable, I have checked, then you will get 600 additional experience, just so you know the ante you're dealing with. Dance, puppets, dance! Alright, I'll blue.
I think I'm just gonna quietly confirmed empty, right?
Yes, that building is confirmed empty. And you have been notified by Percy spotting it as he went around it that there is a mine right here.
To the other side in front of Thresia is probably not a great idea.
Pardon, sorry?
The other side of the alley in front of Thresia is probably not a great idea. Or alternately, she is trying to get up on this roof, right?
She hasn't said what she's intending to do. She basically has just moved here to this wall's cover. Although she has not moved closer to this thing because apparently it's got explosives in it and that sounds scary. She might be trying the roof next, but she'll actually be waiting for your command because that seems like the kind of thing the sergeant decides.
I think that for the time being, I'm just gonna delay.
Okay. Alright, Jennifer.
Yep. So, I'm gonna sneak around on top of this building, I guess, for a bit.
Sure thing. Alright. As aforementioned, the wall is taller than the buildings, so you can't see over it, per se. Like, even through the rain, you can see that there is a dull green glow just, like, rising up from there and sort of basking the sides of the walls and roof.
Interesting. Other than that, though, I'm just gonna trigger inspiring people. I, I don't have any quiet weapons, guys, so
Understandable.
gonna be much help in this. Yeah, if we do decide to keep stealthy. You can do that +10 for 1 round, I'm sure.
Yeah. At this point, Scout Thresher will whisper into a little calm bead. Would you like me to try and get up onto this wall and take a peek?
If you can do it, like, quiet, like, yeah.
Alright, let's do this.
Is it possible I can help her up?
You did totally delay to see what she was going to do, so if you would like to move up and give her +10, then you are welcome to do so. Okay. Let's go with athletics for her. She's slightly better at that. 10. Come on. Yeah. She hefts herself up. It's not a critical success though, so that is her entire half action, and she does not want to move up there without like full round stealthing it over there. So she's gonna wait where she is.
Is it possible that I can awareness down the alley, see if I see anything?
Yeah, you can specifically try to look for things. That seems like a good idea. You're not even sure that Percy was telling the truth about those mines, you know.
For a quick look over the shoulder, yeah.
Alright, and now right before Mora, we're going to move some more dudes. 3 more for this guy. Oh, that's 4 more. 3 more for you. And guy's still smoking. 3 for him. 3 for him. 3. 2, 3. And you're also notified that the fire warriors are in position. Would you like them to attempt to make it into the building or take out this guy?
Do they have anything that could kill him quietly?
They, I believe, are equipped with energy weapons, but let's double check. Yeah, they're equipped with energy weapons. They're pulse rifles. They're actually dead silent.
Yeah, if a pulse rifles is silent, then I'd say try to take him out.
Yeah. I mean, they're near enough to silent. If you're stood next to him, you can hear like a boonk, and then it will do, you know, silent pulse energy smashing into someone and killing them. He's going to do an aimed shot so that his crit can't possibly, like, you know, fuck anything up. And his friend is going to aid him. Take away that negative. So, base 45. Modifier. And he's got the scope, takes away the negative. T. Right. reasonable. And I believe it's just a hit per success with an automatic fire.
Full auto.
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, these things fire S2 and 4. So he fires like a 4-round automatic shot, which is delightful against people who can't dodge you. Dare I even bother rolling it? One, two, three. The guy goes down, bursting into a pile of ash as he starts at the leg and works his way up to his body, quickly destroyed. You hear a soft click of affirmative down. Since he's an ash pile, I guess he can't really reveal himself. No one will be like, there's a body on the floor, because it's just a pile of ash that's being washed away by the rain.
You know, so far this game of XCOM's going great.
Yeah, you're in that non-reveal phase, and you got that mod, so it's like the first time you fire a shot, it doesn't suddenly be like, everything is the worst, we're under attack, even though you killed them in one shot, and then it's bullshit.
Yep, that can actually do that legit.
Yep. Alright, Mwawr, you're up. Things seem to be going well so far. Stray?
Physical
Strike.
throws, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
welcome back.
Alright, half action Auspex scan this area for explosive signatures.
Alright.
Alright, well, if my sheet will ever open, that'd be nice. Alright, so I'm not plugged into it, so it's only 10 degrees of success.
Well, fuck. Okay. You can see the two mines that have been pointed out here, and not only that, you can tell the laser field, like its area of effect, is indeed a meter out from each X. I suppose I should move this to actually being in the center of a square. So, you know, anywhere here and here and here, even that corner, I think, or part of the corner will trigger this and blow it up. Likewise, let's just use that same X because it looks neat. There in the middle. Come on, get in the middle, you bitch. Yeah, there we go. And also, the Auspex can see through things, right? Surfaces?
Yes.
Up to 2 meters thick.
Yep, unless they're shielded. You can see quite deep into this wall, but the moment you hit like the back portion of it, wherever you figure it to be, you cannot see through it. It is impossible. It is very heavily shielded or plated in some way.
So I'm gonna key in the dead space mic. Explosives, there and there, 1 meter range, and the alleyway with the wall is shielded.
Oh, cool. Cheery.
Shielded.
I will continue to train my explosive on that area if you guys want to move up.
Hey, can your Auspex see like energy readouts and shit like that?
Yes.
Okay, so although that area is shielded, but like there is enough ambient light and energy and heat pouring upwards, like into the rain, that it's making the rain itself like waver a little bit in the visible spectrum. You can see that there is a more than irresponsible dosage of radiation just being like emitted from this alleyway specifically.
High radiation signatures on the other side of that wall.
You hear Thrisha go, oh great, I'm not peeking into that then. I'm gonna get a little bit of leverage.
Me. maybe the plan to send a grenade over there isn't as great a one as I thought. Radiation is bad if it's spread out, right?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, someone was talking to me in the house. What'd you say?
Maybe the plan to send a grenade over there isn't as good as I thought. Radiation's bad if it gets spread out, right?
Hmm. True. Perhaps I should just prepare a regular frag.
Oh, I'm sure crack explosives are a great idea around power generators.
Or, we could take down the people who are patrolling and then get onto the roof and shoot down at the people.
Yeah, maybe that might be better.
Alright, so if I'm not going to be preparing my grenade, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there.
Okay.
And that's my entire turn.
Cool. Alright. Human. It seems that the first threat has been dispatched.
Hmm. In threat range of this is what?
1 meter.
Okay.
Just all the adjacent squares to them.
I think I'll probably move up. What's my actual movement? Because I can't ever remember.
I believe it's somewhere in the realms of Chunky Monkey.
Yes. 4. Yes. Which is enough. And I guess that'll be my turn for now.
Okie dokie.
Mhm.
Percy,
Okay.
you're feeling a little bit hot under the collar. You've been informed that those explosives you spied have definitely got a 1 meter radius.
Ah. What direction is this guard facing right now?
You don't know because you can't see him. You know that he was walking in this direction. As to where he actually is, you don't really know.
I'm just gonna make a safe bet that he's still headed in that direction.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna run up behind him.
Okay, show me the path. Do it just like a square at a time and do it yourself with the arrow keys. Alright, stop. Awareness test, please. Okay, keep going. Alright, you've moved up 19 meters. And now let's see if this guy heard you. And again, I forget what their awareness is. That's right. Untrained. Not.
Luckily, my run is 24.
Yeah.
If you do this again, I'm gonna start calling you Lord Donkey Punch.
He doesn't notice.
Yes.
Yep. Ah, Blue, it is your go.
I think at this point in time, I'm gonna see if here and awareness down the alleyway again. See if I see anything new.
Sure. Okay. Also, can I get one out of Mwawr for no good reason?
One what?
Awareness test, please.
Yay! I still have my auspex from this turn.
You do.
Are you clicking around on my sheet? Because it keeps
I am
changing
not.
around.
Nope.
Weird.
Indeed, I've got it close right now.
Nope, I'm not helpful.
Yep, okay. Alright. Is that your turn then, Blue?
Aside from potential Overwatch, yeah.
Okie dokie. Jennifer.
So we'd agreed to get onto these buildings and rain down fire into the people in between, right? Or did I misunderstand?
Well, I thought we were gonna take out the patrollers first, but sure.
Okay, patrols first. And just gonna slide down and move up. Since I have catfall as a cat, I don't really have to worry about the falling distance. So
Yeah, you can drop down without test. That's fine. Okie dokie. An awareness test from you as well, please. Cool. And then Thresher is going to move quite literally at half speed and go very slowly prone to the ground. Just, full body across the roof instead. For the sake of extra stealthiness. Did you try any inspiration or no?
no, that needs an action.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Move up with some degree of speed.
That's fine. You will scooch, diagonal scooch. I'm going to make an awareness test for her, if she sees anything. Oh, okay. You hear a soft noise, and it's she describes that there are these weird, cylindrical things, clipped onto the walls here at regular intervals, just a few meters apart each way. She's not talking about these batteries, these big engines. She's talking about small, it looks like spheres that have been stuck to the wall at regular intervals. They don't look like cameras or anything, but they seem to be moving occasionally.
Can I make a tech use test to try to figure out what that is?
Sure. It's at -10 because you aren't really looking at whatever it is, but you can certainly do so.
I mean, fair. So,
Can
that just
anyone
means a
do
plus
anything
10.
to assist?
Don't believe so, no.
6 degrees of success.
Might be that they've got some ADS in there. Active defense systems, they're little spheres that will shoot debris and objects that fall into their net of control.
Alright, I will relay what those likely are. Probably a good idea we didn't shoot a grenade in there then.
Yep.
So
Thrasher will
we
agree
should-
and then sit tight. Well, lie tight.
we should try to snuff out their patrolling guards as fast as we can. I highly doubt the defensive lasers can shoot down other lasers. That's not how science works.
Thrasher will confirm that last she checked, science didn't let lasers shoot lasers. In fact, now I kind of wonder, it's like two people fire a lasgun each other at the same time in the same place, and the lasgun bolts have to pass through each other. What happens?
I have no idea how directed energy interacts when it hits with each other.
I would
Let's
assume
see,
that they
how does
both
it work?
diffract at the exact same point in time.
Yeah.
They either diffract or they pass through each other.
I can't imagine they pass through each other. They're both the same sources of aggravated laser light and at the same power
It
as each
would
other too.
Yeah, it would depend if they're at the same power. Like, lasguns do have variable power settings, which would change, like, frequency and wavelength.
Yeah.
If they are at the same power, then yeah, they would get diffracted and not go anywhere near where they were meant to.
Any engineers in chat, please feel free to weigh in
Yeah.
on that particular issue.
1 sec, I need to actually check how powerful the beam on an ADS is. Just in case that comes up. It's super unlikely that even if they shoot up to shoot you, that their laser would impact your laser. It's nearly impossible, but now I need to know just in case. Oh, well, they're strong enough to vaporize grenade casings. So, yeah, they're probably a little bit different to lasgun rounds. So, yeah, one of them two would blast through the other strangely. But it is unlikely an ADS would shoot at a person in the first place. So if you tried shooting and tossing a grenade at the same time, so as to shoot through your laser shot to hit the grenade, that'll get ya. So watch out. Alright. That guy's still having Smokey's not moving. This guy is... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's just getting away from you. He doesn't even know how close he is to death itself. He doesn't even know how close he is to a well-fisted brain pan. And the Fire Warriors are presented with more options. What would you like them to do? Continue on with your plan of eliminate dudes, or move into buildings?
Eliminating dudes is always good.
Alright.
The locals might overreact if they see Xenos.
It was very true. Let's see here. Not that they've not been presented with all manner of crazy bullshit since they've been kept under house arrest. Let's go with this. Oh, they are quite good at seeing things. Oh. Ignore that roll, I'd put the modifier in with their roll because I'm dumb. And they just barely succeeded, okay. As they approach this corner here. Let's go to my GM layer. Front. Oh, no, no, not to the front, to the token layer. There we go. You notice another one of those mines right there. They will notify you that there are certainly more of them. With that kind of success, I don't think they can see far enough to the others. No, not even close. It's pissing it down with rain. And I believe they aren't the quickest little lovelies. So, yeah, no, 4, 8, 12. So that's all their movement. Mora, your go.
And I'm done.
Cool. Human?
Let me see.
Did you just cross that mine's corner?
What?
Yeah, look at you. You crossed through the corner of this box.
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah, look at that. Do you have enough movement to go... Like, I won't punish you for just the auto move putting you there. Do you have enough movement to go that way as well? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you presumably didn't mean to just cross through the threshold for a diagonal movement. Like, these things are forcing you to move at right angles around them or they will explode.
Bob, you're in the military. I thought you had more situation awareness than that.
Well, I'm aware of it being a circle, not squares.
It's true. It's true. Physics don't play the same as war games, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
The reality is this probably isn't even exactly a meter. It probably goes out a bit further, but I'm gonna just go with a meter because let's face it, that makes everyone's lives a bit easier. Alright, that's 1/2 action.
Oh, that was a full action. There was 4.
Oh my god, you move 2, don't you?
Yes.
God, that's so sad. You are the slowest cat. It's because you can't fucking walk past your own chunky thighs.
So.
Why don't you use the run action?
Because I don't want to make noise.
Mwawr just did it.
Oh.
Percy did it too.
Percy's
I
done
also
it twice.
have an obscenely high stealth, so
Yeah.
These
see
guys are just
people
bad at
having-
noticing things.
Yeah, I
reason
was gonna
have
say
the
like
ninja mask-
they had to make awareness tests because because Percy was running, but they fucking failed them both times.
The reason I have the ninja mask on is because it's a -40 to notice me right now, up until I take a very loud, violent action. And I didn't run; I double moved. I have an obscene amount of movement.
Yeah, Mora's pretty quick. Yeah, okay. Percy, speaking of the stealth cat, that's the stealth cat.
Stray, unless you have 80 agility, that was a run.
I was over here.
I don't know where here
Oops.
is. You're pointing.
I was
Half move?
clicking on the wrong thing.
Dude, there was no way you were next to this wall here. No.
I was right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I half moved,
Alright, half move.
and now I'm gonna power fist him.
Okay.
Remember, I have sprint, Merzendi.
Good old full move actions with sprint.
I'm gonna fate reroll that.
Okay. God, that hand job. You did indeed rename it.
Yes, I did. Oh,
How much fate have you got left?
I got 1, but you can only spend 1 per, can't you?
You can spend 1 per reroll. You can also spend 1 to buy a DOS.
You can't. It's not 1 per turn. It's just 1 per thing you're trying to do. So you can spend a fate point to, like, say, reroll, and you can also spend a fate point to get like a 1d5 health back. It's just that you can't spend 2 fate points to like you can't reroll and then reroll again.
But I
But
can
you can-
reroll them by a success?
Yeah,
Correct.
you can just buy. Yeah, you can buy a success.
Okay, then I'll do that then.
Okie pokey. And I mean, there's no way for him to know to dodge you. 14, and it penetrates all of his armor. He dies!
Oh, donkey punch.
Yeah. If you would guess, their toughness of 3 and their improvised armor do not make for particularly good protection. And their 12 wounds certainly don't go for absorbing much. He goes 2 over energy in wherever the fuck. I think a 2 is pretty non-worry. However, this time he does leave a corpse unlike a last few that have been killed. Dead body slumps to the ground with a sickening crunch. Say, give me an awareness test as well, actually. Okay.
Oh.
No such luck. It's a hard ass roll for you, that's for sure.
Yeah, every other turn, but I didn't use sprint my last turn. I've only used it this one. Because before then, I was just over here in a corner, and then I moved a couple times to get up here. Like, I haven't done anything yet because, as you recall, I had also on one of my turns I spent my I ditched the preparation and moved instead. So I have moved twice 5 meters, and well, 5 meters and 3 meters, and then I moved 15.
Cool. Alright. Rem, are you going to be doing anything this time?
I will be doing some. Sec.
You'll be doing some sex?
I heard 1 sec.
I heard like I'll be
Might wanna
doing
get-
and then a mic cut out and then sec, and I was like, doing a sex. I knew it.
Might want to move closer to your mic there, Rim.
You might want to suggest that after he gets back from whatever is taking 1 sec.
sex.
I honestly thought that when he said 1 sec, that's because I say that when I'm looking at my character sheet.
I think most people say that in a variety of situations. One of the most common is I have to go for 1 sec. I know that's when I use it.
You son of a bitch. Everyone moved around the wall by a meter. I spent the entire time like going like this in the GM layer, like, come on, stand in this fucking wall, do it. And then no one did.
Mara did tell people there were explosives in the wall.
Yeah, I know. I wanted one person to make that mistake though, being like, well, they were one like trip mines or something. And everyone made it past because they were all smart.
Hey, you pulled the college.
You can see that same mine. There is nothing in your vision range right now. It is, aforementioned, pissing it down with rain and dark. But you do confirm there is indeed totally an explosive there. Alright. Jennifer.
Alright, half moved and now inspiring through microbeats.
Sweet. Oh, you
Have
are
some
so
audible pom-poms
inspired.
with 9 degrees of success.
These guys are on comms as well. Does it count for people who are just helping you out as allies and units? Do they get inspired or not?
I'm pretty sure. Well, if they are acknowledging me as mission leader, yes.
Yes, they are indeed. They have conferred to your decisions thus far. Your command can only be currently overwritten by either of the Hideyokas. Excellent.
And that's done.
Cool. Alright, and the scout is... You know what? From where she is, she can see into here. But she's going to worm across the roof here, nice and quiet, like... 1, 2, 3. I'm probably doing a roll because she's going epically slowly. Like the one person who chose to do cohesion is like, this fucking sucks, god damn it. He's just lying down on a roof getting pissed on with rain and belly crawling along the roof. Yeah, that's her turn. And then stuff moves around. This guy has finally finished his smoke and will step forward. This guy is gonna move 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, sorry, he wasn't the one going that way. He is going to go 3. This guy is going to go 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. And then it is time for the fire warriors to act. They're both gonna come around this corner and then inform you that there might be a problem here.
Huh? What's wrong?
Well, we see 3 targets. We've only got 2 guns between us, and looks like one of them's gonna make it up towards the alleyway where one of your men are currently occupying. We can take ready to shoot when he crosses the corner, but there's gonna be a risk this one doesn't go quite as well.
line up your shots. Percy, can you grab that body and come back far enough that you'll be out of sight?
What's half of your run, Percy?
12.
Alright, let's see here. You can indeed make it around the corner with a body on your turn. If that is all you do in that turn. In the meantime, these two fire warriors will take readied actions when that guy crosses the corner threshold. They will shoot at this individual at the far corner here who's finished his smoke, and this individual here who is patrolling and not facing. Mwawr, you're up.
I scan.
Alrighty, in what direction?
I scan down the street. So I'm going to be scanning this away.
Alright, let's see here. 15 meters is indeed actually as far as you can reliably scan in this pissing rain with 1.3, but that is enough to reveal.
I mean, Auspecs don't really work on sight or visuals.
Doot. There was a mine there. Percy ran very close to it at one point.
I will key in the comms and then tell people there's a mine. And then I am going to move right here onto the corner.
So
And
far
that will
you
be
guys
my
have
turn.
done very well. If you stand in that corner, then that's going to block off Percy's body hiding.
Fine.
Just letting you know, I'm sure you don't want to do it on purpose and just like cuck him completely in the street. Let's see here. Fumim. Clunk, 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 clunk.
I'm honestly just waiting for stealth to break so I can go hog wild.
You just turn into a fucking flurry of swords and punches. You've nearly fucking managed to eliminate everyone without raising the alarm. I really expected someone to like bump into something that explodes by this point, or like miss an opening attack. I mean, you came very close. You came very close.
Question: Purple is unconfirmed. Empty or civilian?
Purple is confirmed civilians. An empty room, like a thing with no X in it at all, is unconfirmed for contents.
Let's see.
Alright, good clunks. Percy!
Okay, so I'm dragging the body back up that way then.
Sure. Is that where you're going to stop?
I think so.
Okay. Blue. Rem?
I am here.
Sorry, yes, you'll go.
Are you trying to talk, Rem?
No, I'm just counting out spaces.
Oh, okay.
I should have gotten out like the Metal Gear Solid music.
I'm actually listening to Secret Agent Man.
Well,
That's really good. Okay. Yeah, that is A-okay. No problems.
Awareness.
Yep, awareness test, sorry. Which direction?
Here, if they potentially.
What direction you're awarenessing in?
Down the alley.
Okay. Let's see. No, you can just about see that same mine as well. While you're doing your awareness, you can see that the clouds above you are starting to... you know when lightning's about to happen, you just see sort of clouds like roiling in amongst themselves, and there seems to be like a dull glow building in them. Some of that. Might be about to be a strike of lightning. Scout Thresher is going to continue the wormy squiggle.
What about my turn?
Huh? Oh shit, right, sorry. I double clicked by mistake.
That's okay. I'll just move up here and inspire people again.
Okie
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, they are very inspired, which is good because the dudes are about to make a complicated series of shots.
Fortunately, it doesn't stack.
Oh right, yeah, and they haven't spent a D20, a D100 yet.
This is just for the people that have spent it, like.
Yeah, everyone did an awareness or a techie. Yep. Cool. Now here's the thing: does your inspiration, if you didn't spend it, count towards your command test to inspire people again?
I don't know.
I feel like rules-wise it does, but it's
that's silly.
Yeah, I feel like common sense says fucking no. Rules-wise, there's probably nothing stopping you from doing it though. Alright, yeah, Thresher worm crawls. And then things happen. This guy is going to cross this threshold. 1, 2, 3. And the moment he does so, the Fire Warriors take their shots. And then they actually get their turns directly afterwards. So there might be a chance that they'll get a kill on them even if they fuck up the first shot, but we'll see. Neither of them are getting chances to aim. So it is going to be on raw ballistics and their little bonus.
Are they in short range?
Oh yeah, they are in hella short range. That thing has a range of 150 meters. That's shot 1 against a guy. That will hit his target for 2 shots. And then shots against the other guy will lance him with all 4. And so we'll just quickly roll those 2 damages because fucking why not? 2d10 plus 2. Okay, yep, he goes down in bolt number 2. Do I even fucking bother? Yeah, alright, let's just see. So good. Even with them just firing full auto and choosing like a place to start shooting, the targeters are really good for actual committed snipers. Holy shit. Let's see here.
Storm's coming to a head. Oh yeah, Tower great for that roll.
Yep. 1, 2. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like they both hit their initial targets in both the legs. Again, because the leg is the best place to overkill someone with an energy weapon, because it will leave ash piles instead of blow everything the fuck up. They immediately eliminate these fucking poor mook assholes. I have to move him up just to X him. Bloop. Bloop. Alright. And then they're going to take some wall cover. And that's their turn. Mora, you're up.
Sergeant, target in range.
I I suggest you take aim. You and Blue synchronize fire. Make sure to drop him.
Alright, so I'm gonna take a half action delay for until Percy's turn, and my other half action is a name.
Sweet. Human. Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm straight up just imagining the really fat cat picture. Like, this is everything is great.
I mean, it's a lasgun.
They're fine. They don't make noise. There is the muted crack of the fire, but the bolt itself, it is just light traveling. Makes no sound.
It's the sound of the air ionizing, basically.
Which is a soft fizz, and considering it's pissing it down with rain, the two sounds are indistinguishable. Percy, a guy has seen you and Mwawr.
Okay.
Where's Cindy? Do I still have that plus 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of you are inspired.
Everyone's.
Let's see here. He'll have to make a test to actually see if he spotted you as he crossed the corner. It's unlikely that he did as far away as you are, but we will see. If he saw you, then he got a chance to...
If he's trying to see me, it's a negative 40.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm just trying to... I mean, I could try and spot Percy, actually. Which is more than likely what he'll do. And if he spots an enemy, he will have a dodge action available. I just closed the fucking sheet without checking the numbers. Right, perception 35.
Dodge actions.
I know, right? No, he does not see fiery hot death coming for him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna swap out the dire hand job for the bolt pistol.
No, you don't. Okay.
No.
Okay. No, you're welcome to fire a bolt pistol if you'd like.
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a loud one.
Afraid so. Then again, I think your companion might already take them down, and you don't want to shoot your gun for entirely different overkill-related reasons.
True.
Actually, it's definitely an overkill. That's going to be 10 over. The first shot drops them to a singular hit point, and the second shot drops them to negative 12. And that second shot is a torso shot, you say?
40 is a torso, yeah?
Yep,
It's
by
torso.
second... Oh, okay, it's torso. Okay, so critical energy body, 10 over. His ammo doesn't blow up, holy shit. Target's completely encased in fire, melting skin and popping eyes like superheated eggs. They fall to the ground a blackened corpse. Their ammunition and stuff does not explode, thank fuck, because he had bolt ammunition and that blows up loud. Well, I mean, most ammunition explodes loudly.
More bolt ammo! Because we have like 4 rounds between the entire party.
Yep. In fact, all these guys have 2 bolt rounds each. Again, it's the Russia strategy of just to make sure you spread what you've got, and if someone dies, take what they've got. So, I mean, Percy didn't have to spend an action to kill this guy. Percy, you still have an action left. Like, Stray's preparation... Stray's preparation was, alright, I take aim, and then when Percy's turn comes around, I'll open fire so that we can kill him together, and just like, blah blah blah, never mind, I got it. It's done, killed him.
I just kind of thought they were going to go simultaneously, so I thought he was firing too, but...
Eh.
I've got you in my sights.
Gonna move down here,
Yeah, absolutely.
and that'll be my turn.
Give me an awareness test, as you're probably about here.
Oh boy, another one?
I mean, you're epically lucky regardless, I just wonder if you realize how lucky you are. No. Oh, I didn't make one for the Fire Warriors last turn when they moved up. Give me a sec. I mean, it's pretty sure it's that and that twice. So he didn't see it. Oh, he did. Hey, right next to you, Percy. Is... Look how fucking close you were, you son of a bitch. You nearly just charged headfirst into an explosive.
But I didn't.
So, Scow,
Yeah.
the range on an Auspex is 50 meters.
The range on the Auspex is sure, but
Well,
vision
because he
is
said
jank.
only 15, but this scans like energy readings. It doesn't use visuals.
That's true, and you did epically score it. So I guess you would have been able to point that one out, no problem. So
Unless,
obviously
like,
Percy
I
very
wouldn't
much.
be able.
Hmm?
Like, I wouldn't be able to see through all this building
No, not
because
even a chance.
collectively that's enough. Because collectively that's enough meters to stop me, but I could have seen all the way down here.
Yeah, no, sorry. You should have been able to see it, which is fine because Percy ran down there and didn't actually trigger it. But I also like the fate idea of it just fucking. That was a goddamn close one, that's for fucking sure.
Well, because it not only detects energy emissions, but motion, biological life signs, and like a bunch of other stuff.
Alright, you can see that guy's corpse fear shit itself through your specs. Alright, blue.
Sec.
Oh yeah, also it's rolled around to your turn. Lightning will make a strike. And let's see here.
Please don't hit Thresia. Please don't hit Thresia.
Will someone roll me a D100, please?
I'll do it.
Go for it. Oh, it's doubles. Sec.
I rolled perils at the warp.
If you kill Thirsia, I'll kill you.
Psychic phenomena. That's what I meant.
Oh, scratch it. Wait, no. If you fry Thresia, I'd have like 5 minutes to resurrect her.
Psychic phenomena table.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no, it's these kind of mechanics.
Wait, is it?
It is.
I was joking.
No, you rolled doubles.
God damn it.
Yes. And their shenanigans.
If only I had known, I would have told someone else to do it.
I blame you, Winter.
You did a psycho
I
thing
blame
and you
myself,
didn't
too.
even know it. When you called it out, I was like, fuck yes! That's right, the world's most cursed psycho.
I'm not even playing a psyker and I fucked us over with psychic phenomena. I feel proud and disappointed at the same time.
Alright, let's see here. Alright. You see lightning bolt crash down, like, into this area here. Like, it is loud. Very, very loud. You don't see exactly where it lands.
What area?
But it's, into the area of all these Mechanicus.
Ah.
And you don't exactly see where it ends up. You hear like a muted gasp from Trisha as she is temporarily blinded by lightning. Luckily, she's wearing one of you guys' helmets, and they all come with those fucking earplugs for not being deafened as shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. So she's not morping, but Trisha is blinded by this flash, and so she's not really able to describe what she sees. I'll give it a go though. Actually, let's do a toughness test and see just if she manages to catch anything before her retinas are scorched a little bit. Just a little bit, you see.
pulling Frankenstein bullshit, aren't they?
No, they're just charging heretical ethereal engines. Alright, you know what? Considering I rolled a 9 on her toughness test, which I thoroughly expected to fail, you know when you blink and you can see the outlines of things?
Yeah.
She is absolutely certain that one of those engines was struck directly by that bolt of lightning and all the cores on it lit up. Oh yeah, sorry, and now your turn, Blue. Oh wait, yeah, the phenomenon.
Yeah. Yes. What is that phenomena? Phenomena. Phenomena. Da, 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 da. Phenomena. Da, da. Oh God, my arms mutating.
That's another D100, right, Scout?
Yes, indeed, please.
Should I?
Yeah, go for it. It's at -20. It's not able to pull the nastiest shit.
It still is if I roll a...
Okay, yeah, if you roll a hundo, you were okay. So I'm just gonna stage that down to just psychic phenomena, and then pick a fun one.
No, that would be a psychic phenomena.
Oh no, that was that roll.
On the table and then on the perils
I know.
table.
However, this was directly on the perils
Oh.
for the shit that they're doing. But you know what? You made it into a negative,
Yeah.
so I will stage it down to psychic phenomena, because that seems like a fair thing to do, because it can, in an already unfair situation, that seems like a little bit of evening it out.
Are we still rolling a D100 publicly here for the phenomena?
No, roll me a D5. I'm just going to pick one that's fun. The 5 will pick which one it is. Okay, cool. That's quite strange. Alright, so... Oh, no.
Everyone is gender bent.
Yeah, no, yeah, everyone gains 1d2 penises. No. It causes a... That seems like a really weird one. But alright. Distorted reflection. Any reflective surfaces nearby break or distort. So, anyone who's got anything reflective on them, on their person, like windows that you might have been looking at, anything metallic and sheen, like if it's metal, then every reflection it shows is like some kind of twisted, horrible labyrinth of non-Euclidean shapes, and anyone who's got like a mirror or a hand mirror or something like that, that will crack.
And we literally all do, that's part of our kit.
Ah, everyone's gonna need new shaving mirrors now. How will you be able to... Oh, no, your cats. I was about to say, like, how can you see your own trap sack when you need to do some shaving? But you can just look. You can still look. Oh, to catch you up, Rob, there was a lightning strike, and it hit one of these, like, heretic chaos engines over here. And when it did so, there was a roll made for Perils of the Warp quite directly. But then Mers rolled it so low that I just railed it back to psychic phenomena, which caused distorted reflections. All reflective surfaces distort things, all like mirrors and glass things, they crack. So your shaving mirror is fucked. It's Schrodinger's gender. You don't know what gender you are until you check again. I mean, let's say it was super effective. Like, you know that Perils of the Warp are a fucking dark one. To be fair, Blood Rain at this point would have been fucking metal.
Should have just been that.
At that point, would just Macedon just appear on one of the roofs?
Yeah, no, you start hearing Slayer.
Wait, I think I have a thing for this.
Because I'm listening to Metal Gear. Because I'm listening to Metal Gear stealth music here.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely shifts to a bunch of thrash metal. But no, in this case, everyone just like all as one feel like just this horrible after echo of a shiver, and when you next check, all of your reflective stuff is gonna have a crack in it, unless it's reflective metal. Again, like if you were to then like I don't know, look at the side of your nicely polished weapon or something, the reflection within would be a distorted labyrinth of madness and unpleasantry. I mean, I would open it, but I can't, so you'll just have to say what that thing is.
Indriac Boreal, rocking out with a guitar from Dawn of War 2.
Ah, okay, cool. Alright. So once again, Rem, are you going to be doing anything this time?
No, I think I'm just gonna stay here for now and camo cloak thing going back up for this.
Sounds good. Alright, Jennifer, you're up.
Can you guess, Scal?
Inspiration!
Yeah.
I haven't been including inspiration in my rolls.
Oh, well.
7 degrees of success. Yep.
Just very, very well inspired. And before you say anything, you didn't have inspiration on that turn where you fluffed that roll, I'm afraid, Pets.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, you still had to spend all that fate.
Not that it matters.
Not that I was gonna say.
just-
Wait a second. I had to like try and focus my eye again. Okay. Alright, let's move into command. Thrisha will. You know what? She aced that toughness test.
Actually,
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna now start proccing the sweeping order to get them.
Alright, cool. Thrisha's blind.
So that's
that's her turn.
extra damage for people.
Yep, everyone is now far more awesome than they previously were. Alright. Percy. 1, 2, 3. And how far away are you now? 7 meters against the wall. I'll make the test, but I'm pretty sure he just has to. Yeah.
Oh, he moved to a good spot.
He did. Did he?
He crit failed, and then he moved to a spot where the other guy can't see me.
I mean, I haven't moved him yet. 1.
I mean, yeah, but
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I guess. You don't even... I mean, admittedly, Percy isn't aware of this. But yeah.
no, but
I moved
it
out.
helps.
Let's see here. Alright. And then your weaponized pulse rifle wielding blueberries will make their move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see here. I think 4 is their limit at least. Because you can't go around. No, yeah, it is 4. They're both going to have just Overwatch. Because they can't see around that corner. So they don't know if there's a person there or not. Mora, you are up.
As a free action, it's part of movement. I am going to crit a stealth roll.
Alright, you become the knight.
And move here.
Nope.
So 9 degrees is set, so they have a negative 90 to see me.
Yeah, I don't see them succeeding.
Remember, it caps at negative 60.
Yeah, but it's more fun to say negative 90.
It's true. Don't be a negative 90, God.
I know it caps at Hellish Mercedes, just let me have my moment.
You do a hellish. You know, there's a step above hellish, and it's heckin'. So you did a heckin' stealth. All right, PMM.
Baby.
Oh, I'm so muted.
Hello.
Hello. I said I was humans getting a little bit worn out here.
He's just getting so puffed now. God, fucking cardio. You should really, really buy into another fucking point of agility. Like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, that's so expensive.
It is, but holy shit, it's you move 2 steps, and aren't you like in? Yeah, you're at 28, so you're so close to the boundary.
Okay.
You should really look into it.
You have no idea how great it is to have like a 50 agility and sprint.
It is wonderful. I do know.
Just kind of imagine Pumum as his like dark-haired, bearded like Catman, giant muscular arms, giant muscular chest, gigantic bulging gut.
Nah, 1 second. There we go. This is day-to-day PMM.
I expect that. Yes. Yes.
Fuck. Shit.
Oh God. Can we just rest a little bit?
Can we take a nap?
To be fair, he's carrying around like an autocannon.
There are a lot of fucking great pictures of cats stuck in cat flaps. Just gonna enjoy all of these.
Hey,
That one's
man,
also
Mongoose-
that one's even more fantastic because it shows the level of juggernaut level of non-stopping that one can really get behind.
The only time human uses sprint.
Crunch. Good job, human.
Yes.
Just balling right through. Okay. Percy.
Hey, I have 4 squares for charge.
You do have 4 squares for charge.
Remember, you're inspired as well.
Okay.
And I did the damage thing this turn as well. So.
Oh, I didn't even use my inspiration on that roll. That would have been 10 degrees of success.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling this then.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, do a hit. Even with another relatively trash roll and fucking fuck.
Damn, son.
Alright, so you fucking punch this guy's arm into orbit. Jesus Christ. That's some good punches right there.
That's some pretty awesome damage.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so yeah. The attack reduces the arm to a cloud of ash and sends them tumbling to the ground where they die from shock, clutching a smoking stump. Dead. Yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't crumble into a cloud of ash because it's too busy being punched into the ether.
Eventually, somewhere deep in the warp.
Someone gets pimp slapped by a Chaos Soldier's hand. In fact, wait, which arm is that? Because he was holding a weapon.
Right.
Right arm. Okay, so he was also holding a gun. Let's see here. Roll me an agility test, pets.
Okay.
This may or may not be cool.
No modifier, correct?
No modifier.
Oh.
Oof. Okay then, roll me a d2 as his poor quality bolt gun hits the ground.
And shoots you in the dick.
No, it hits the ground with a clatter, but does not discharge a round.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
With one dude left, it just fucking goes off loudly, and not only that, hits you square in the left nut. No.
I haven't felt that kind of relief since last night at 2 a.m.
Delightful. Yeah, I imagine that Percy fucking heart catches in your stomach as you just punch this guy's arm, feeling that was awesome. Oh shit! It clatters to the ground and does not shoot. Ah, Blue, you're up.
Our blue. Stop that.
Okay. Jennifer. Alright, that was normal movement. Fucking hell, it's so much movement.
I'm a medic with high agility and
I
sprint.
know, I know. You're a little quickmans. You didn't move far last turn, so you can sprint again quite freely.
Right. Inspire
Yep,
and get them.
yep.
Just whispering encouragement and murderous talk across the command lines.
I imagine over this point it sounds like, "Aw yeah, we're fucking them up. Aw yeah, we're fucking them up." The queens of stealth.
And that's me done.
Sweet. Frisha passed her test by how many dots before? I need to double check that. With
I
4.
love that I've been stealth this entire time and
Alright.
never having roll stealth.
Yeah, so she is already recovering from her blindness and will spend her whole turn taking the aim action at one of these dudes. Gonna do a little marker here. She wants this fucker dead. And at the end of her turn, you guys can hear another rumble in the sky. This dude crosses here. 1, 2, 3. For no good reason, obviously. And he is the last patrolling member. The Fire Warriors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They report they don't see anyone there. They'll do an awareness though, just in case, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, they don't see anything out of the ordinary. Mora, you're up.
I move up. I scan.
Okay. There is too much a wall to get the other side of here. You detect nothing on this side. Oh no, you have to roll first. My bad.
Alright, and so I was scanning down the street to my right. So leaning over and scanning this way.
The same wall here reads the exact same signals. It looks like they haven't placed any mines around here. Nothing else stands out as particularly special. Actually, no. I suppose you don't see as deep in.
Include inspire, actually.
Oh,
That would
okay.
be 2 degrees of success.
You don't see like on the other side of this wall as you kind of would expect you could. It seems that the building itself is shielded as well.
Alright. The building we're adjacent to is shielded in a similar manner. I detect no mines this way.
Alright, buenos Puma Dias.
One, two.
Puma breaks out into a canter. And just sweat. Go fuck!
So tired. So heavy.
It's like your fucking cohesive, like main gun carrying person's like, yeah, sure, great. You're so tired. It's like they do setup for you now, don't they? So they drop your heavy weapon down. I forget.
It's yeah, I think they carry it. And they also brace for me as well.
Yeah. So it's like you've also got one guy who's a bit of a stacked beefman, and he's just like, this. You think you're the tired one? This sucks so much. All right, Percy.
Okay.
No, this is the body
Heck
type
'em
I
up,
imagine.
bro.
Puma.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that seems very much like the kind of stature of his cohesive duder, actually. Looks like he's made for bracing. These biceps were made for bracing, and that's just what they'll do.
And that belly absorbs recoil.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay, I'm charging this guy.
That's actually how I imagine Puma, by the way. He's that guy.
Yep. What was that? Sorry, Pets?
I'm charging this guy.
Okie dokie.
Remember, inspire.
I was going to.
Woo!
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. You rip his penis square off. Even at your lowest, well, that wasn't your lowest. Even at a low threshold, that is still an immediate super motherfucking kill. Where'd you hit? 31, torso. Alright, roll 1d2. As you punch a steaming hole through this guy and maybe set his armor off. His ammo off. Wow, you are so fucking lucky, it's unreal. He hits the ground in a wet, crispy heap. Wet and crispy. Yeah, I mean, he's a wet, crispy heap. It's raining. And that is the
So,
last active patrolman. I would drag
So
this
that
out, but
one's-
my head is pounding. You are able
just
to move
pile
around
onto the
freely.
roof and
Yeah.
people.
They will not notice you. There are due to be 2 more lightning strikes. In the interest of fairness, though, you fucking wiped this out and probably take your time approaching them, so I'll just roll the 1, and we'll see how that goes. You know what, Pets? You had such a good time with it last time. Why don't you roll me a d100 and see if you get doubles again?
Absolutely.
Spectacles, testicles, Walton watch.
Oh, so close to another
The
77.
last one.
Nearly another 70. That would have been great. I'd have been like, even if you roll negatives, this is still going on the fucking perils chart.
But haven't you ever heard that, Pets?
What was that?
Oh, no, we were talking about a roll. I mean, spectacles, testicles, what, and watch is a classic.
I hadn't heard of it.
What?
It's how you teach good Catholic
Really?
boys how to do the sign of the cross.
I was not a good Catholic boy.
Yeah.
So.
You know when people write the cross on themselves? Just try the motion with one hand. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. There you go. And now you know how to praise it. 420.
Unless you do your watch on your same side as your wallet, but then you're just weird.
Yeah, no one shares watch hands with their wallet hands. I actually thought about it. I was
My
like,
wallet's
oh
just
yeah.
in one of my front pockets. I don't care which.
Yeah.
Fucking bastard.
I change hands as often as I can when I wear a watch. Just randomly.
I'm ambidextrous. I don't have to care.
Woo.
Making pizzas with both hands doesn't count as ambidextrous.
Okay, so we're going to.
I can write with both hands if I want to.
Alright, so we're gonna gradually wrap this bit up because my head is just fucking pounding. You're able to make it to the roofs, take all the full aim actions that you would like. There is another like flash of light intermittently, but this time you're more ready for it and don't all end up like blind as fucking shit. And then you're able to execute all 4 tech priests. Upon doing so,
Yay.
there is nobody left to watch these consoles. You're aware that the area down there is generating quite a lot of radiation. You can essentially spend 2 rounds down there before you start suffering some quite very harmful effects. Would anyone like to go down there and try and fuck with the computers?
I want a tech use to see what's going on.
Okay.
And since I have the
Hey,
intelligence, I can
what's going
assist.
on?
Alright.
If I get an assist, that's 5 degrees of success.
You get a success, it's 5? Alright. Indeed. Okay. It would appear that these power batteries are tuned in some way that you don't understand, even with that 5 tech uses, that you just don't understand the science that is being implemented here, for obvious chaosy reasons, but you don't know how, but each of these sort of like spherical cores in these engines is being charged up by bolts of lightning. You can see that this entire bank of 3 here is fully charged, and the bank of 3 on this topmost bit is done, and 2 banks are completed here. Like, Trisha will confirm, like, this thing it was glowing really brightly, and then there was the second lightning bolt, and this thing was also joined to the group of ones that were glowing brightly. And there are a number of consoles that you can read the information for. You will need to either find a way to hook up to them wirelessly, or get down there and, like, jack into them if you want to mess with them, like, directly. They definitely appear to be siphoning power. And judging by the fact that weird chaosy shit happened, you don't really know what that means.
I don't think any of us have the Mechanicus. I don't think any of us have the Mechanicus implants to wirelessly communicate with the things.
No.
Like, I could try with my data slate, but I'm gonna. I have an obscene amount of movement, so I'm gonna hop down and try to hack into one of the things.
Alright then. If you are quick, then you can finish it in 2 rounds.
You sure you don't just want to drop a bomb down there and get out?
Remember when earlier where I figured out because of my tech use that blowing it up would be bad?
Mm,
No, that never actually happened. You
thought I was
discovered
told
that there was you noted that there was a lot of radiation coming from there, and then I actually believe it was Merce who said, maybe actually doesn't explosions and radiation usually mean a bad thing?
Fine.
you can just
Uh,
get a
one
decent
step
distance
closer.
away with like a timed detonator.
Fine. Can I, with 4 degrees of success, can I determine whether or not I can Gordian knot this?
My brain isn't working. What in this context? What does to Gordian not something mean?
Rather than going through the entire hassle of hacking in and shutting it down, we just blow it up. It's basically the simple solution to a complex problem.
Oh right.
Alexander the Great cutting the Gordian knot in half rather than unraveling it.
I do like that metaphor. Okay. With your 5 DOS, you're sure it could be done. However, there is definitely stuff about this engine that you don't understand. The fact that weird psychic things happened whenever these cores absorbed a bolt of lightning might be indicative of bad news. But at the same time, you're fairly certain that, like, you can't cause, like, fusion or fission reactions just by blowing these things up, so the radiation would be pretty much an afterthought.
Alright. Since I'm a breacher, I will spend all of my det packs to blow this up.
How many det packs you got?
It ends up being like 20 d10. I can roll the damage if you want.
No. How many det packs do you actually have?
I have a full contingent of it, which means I have 15 kilograms, I think.
Okay. 15 kilos sounds like more than enough.
Hang on, let me just double check.
I mean, to be fair, you can get away with just using 9 kilos worth of payload, basically a kilo per core. Sorry, per set.
Yeah, but I have debt charges specifically made to blow up things rather than like frag grenades, which were meant to blow up people.
Yeah, and you say you want to use all 15. You only have to use 9.
Alright.
Like one planted on each of these cores, and like the central pit in the central place, your pre-ascent is gonna fuck each of them up.
Alright. Then I'll ignite them and reduce them to slag.
Alright, can you give me just a quick toughness test? Because it's not the quickest job setting up det packs and prepping them up neatly. We'll get a toughness test to see how you cope with a little bit of radiation.
Toughness, you say?
Yeah.
Do I have anything for this? No, I do not.
Good luck.
Challenging toughness. Alright.
Yep.
You know what? I'll spend a fate point.
Okay.
Not that it'll help, but still.
You never know. It helped.
Oh, hey, it helped!
It helped. You gain 1 point of corruption. That's it.
Alright.
And you are able to set up these det packs and, you know, scramble away. You're aware that you probably don't want to be near these buildings when it explodes. How far away are you going?
Run like a bitch, man.
I'm gonna try to make sure there's no one in these buildings before I set them off, but
Which
like
buildings?
civilians and stuff like that.
Oh, civilians. Give me a stealth check, then a perception test.
Yeah, alright. Stealth I'm good at. Perception I am not. You mean awareness or raw perception?
Awareness.
How? Wait, that didn't include. Oh yeah, it did include my bonus. All right.
Yeah, it was an
Wait, what?
88 right there.
Well, wait. Actually, I still have that +10 from Rossetti that I didn't spend on the toughness tests. So that turns it into 1 success.
Didn't you use that tech use?
Nope.
Oh, okay. The 2 extra dots just came from one of your things.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Because I was plugged. I was plugged into it with a. I plugged my brain into it.
Yep.
Don't know if you get to pick whether to spend it or not. I
Oh.
think it's just your next D100 roll. it
Alright,
gets
fine.
used on.
Alright, that's fine. I don't care.
Action.
I would have had a chance to do another command test to inspire you if.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can do the command. We'll let you do the command test retroactively then if you would like. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so the stealth succeeded, the awareness did not.
You say the awareness did not. I then have to just essentially let's just see where we're at here. No, okay. Your degrees of failure are equal to the degrees of failure to hide anything. You are able to, you know, get this front door open. You can see that there is a poorly hidden trap inside, and people being quite raucous and, from the sounds of it, kind of enjoying themselves indoors. Pick one of these doorways to place yourself in.
Where am I? I am right there. Yep.
Okay, so when you look inside, let's go into the GM layer. Like, there is like one. This is one big main room. It looks like there is a desk, like a couch, and a TV up on the side here, or quote unquote some kind of viewing screenicarium or whatever the fuck Warhammer wants to call a TV.
Box screen.
Yeah, one of them. And then there is a doorway that has been like smashed off of its hinges, and you can see into like a main room. There are other rooms off to the side, but you definitely see, because he was being not subtle even a little bit, a captain and what appears to be a Chaos Medicae basically up against a wall and fucking.
Cool. Well, then I don't care that they're within the obscene blast range.
Yep.
You know what? I'm even going to modify payload to make the blast even worse.
Can't do it
Do you
after
want
the
me to
fact.
roll for that, or do I have enough, basically enough to take take 10?
I mean, you can't modify payload after the fact, can you?
I can modify payload as reaction.
Yeah, but once it's already
You've
been
placed it though.
once the explosives have been set, you're not standing next to them to modify them anymore.
I was just saying that.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
can
forgot I
modify a
could do that.
payload like just a grenade that's loaded into your gun. You're like, I'm modifying you. That'll show them.
Hey, it will. It increases the blast and the damage.
Yeah.
But oh well, this is a det pack. I don't actually
Yes,
remember
only
what the
if you-
blast range for this, but
And it's not the det
I
pack that's
don't
going to
care.
do any of the blast radiusing. It's probably going to be these power cores exploding.
all right. So I'm going to close the door again, and then tell everyone to get away.
All right.
Listen, no.
Mora, what's the radius on? What's like the range on your detonators?
Box range. Like radio range.
Yeah, Thresher is going to head off of the map at a healthy jog.
All right. Will the blast affect these buildings that actually have civilians in them?
Give me a. I mean, demolitions is knocked into tech use, yes.
Yes.
Give me a tech use test.
Yay! I'm good at that.
Yep. There is a reason techs and bombs go hand in hand as far as your progression is concerned.
Ooh, breathing some booze. I've done that myself. Done that myself today, actually. So 5 degrees of success.
With those purple cross marks, there definitely used to be civilians in there. You don't know for sure if a blast would wipe them out. The front of the buildings might suffer a more than reasonable amount of damage. Let's see here. Yes,
Sergeant.
about half of this building and maybe half of this building. Actually, no, this building here is very shielded, so this one will just about be fine.
Sergeant, you want to get the civilians out before we blow this?
I guess we ought to.
It'd be the most efficient path, ma'am.
They might be safe, but I cannot tell if the explosions would overtake them.
The mission orders were like cleanse and repopulate.
I mean, repopulate wasn't the exact one, I don't think. Oh, in fact, we can double check.
I
It's
literally
repopulate
looked at
now.
the handout.
Oh, then, yeah, okay. Yeah. Realistically speaking,
So we're cleansing the planet, you say? Because I was under the impression that we were supposed to be saving civilians. But if we're cleansing the planet, then I'm not going to care enough to evacuate the civilians.
okay.
Since, we're basically doing a manual exterminatus. Unless Thrisha tells me to.
She doesn't mention it.
She hated
Alright.
people from this
They were all douchebags. Let's see here.
Alright,
How does
fine.
she feel
I'm
about
going
it?
to... My friggin' sheet is
She's being pragmatic.
broken. God fucking damn it, you piece of shit. My sheet's broken. Hey, Scow, would you mind, Okay, hang on. Nope, I'm here.
Yeah.
Nope, it's still not working. Do me a solid and roll me a tech use plus 20. I can't access my sheet right now.
Oh.
Cool. So I opened this door and Auspex in. Are there people in here?
Which door, sorry?
I opened, this door right here.
Oh,
I'll move my character here.
yeah. Okay. There are people in there, yes. This building isn't shielded like the other one, and you can detect that there are humanoids further inside. This one appears to be broken up into a number of rooms, so you would suppose that it's probably quite nice. Well, it used to be quite nice. A lot of the furniture inside has been, like, overturned and smashed up and such. It doesn't smell very nice either. But there are life signs inside.
Because of my the things I did, I got 2 auspexes. Basically they're both common quality, but because I got 2, could I just say that it was an upgraded auspex? Because the upgraded ones can see chaos taint. Only reason why I ask.
Roll me a d4 and hope for a 1. If not, then they only had commons to give. Okay, yeah, I guess you got a better one.
Yay! Are they chaos tainted?
On the spectrum, it's in the low numbers, low percentage.
Sergeant, they don't seem to be tainted by chaos. Well, maybe a couple of them.
Take a look around and auspex that corpse behind you real quick. See what the comparison readings are.
I mean, I guess I can, but okay.
The degree of chaos corruption is more than a few steps higher than what you detected off the groups of people within. Not as high as you'd expect, but certainly still, you know, more than a reasonable amount higher. Like when you look at him, it's obviously like this is a chaos dude. He has done a lot of stuff and earned at least 40 corruption points. If I were to put it in just purely mathematic shit.
Okay. So, Sergeant, what do you want us to do?
If they're not actually tainted, then...
We could scan each and every one, and whichever ones have high amounts of corruption, we could execute.
I don't know if we have time for that right now.
Oh, I bet later, but
later. Yeah,
but
yeah.
if the
later
explosives
on.
go off, they might not live.
Hey, the clouds are starting to glow again.
All right. I should set off the explosives anyways. May Imperial Justice count in all balance, and I'm going to flee.
Sweet. As you flee, I mean, the clouds already start glowing. You're not going to get out of range of your own explosion before at least one more lightning bolt comes down.
Okay. Not even with sprint?
How fast are you moving in, like, amounts of time per second when you're sprinting? Because, if you remember rightly, it was 1 round, rumble in the clouds. Round 2.
Fuck if I know, man. I just know that I can run 35 meters.
If you want to get out of range of it when it's glowing, which means you can do it in 1 round, you can get as far away as you can in 1 round. Around to the back here where Percy is might be far enough away, and then you would be able to, you know, hit the det as you end your run and, you know, make it blast before lightning hits.
I could literally run off the map if I wanted, so...
Yep, okay.
I'm just gonna move myself over here, I guess.
Okay.
And hit the det.
Thank you very much for playing Only More, you guys. I hope you enjoyed yourselves this session.
Woohoo! It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for running.
We
You
all
are
gained
very
eye
welcome.
patches.
Yep.
Uh,
You ghosted the mission.
Right. I wasn't even trying all that hard.
Thanks for running when you had a migraine.
Yeah, good job. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by a random work question. What's up, sir?
I just said thanks for running when you had a migraine.
My pleasure. Well, my putting up with.
Yeah,
I enjoyed regardless.
it's a fun time.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to do XP now, or do you want to do XP later?
I'll do XP now. You gain 1,000 experience.
Damn.
Yep.
You got our next advances.
You made it to your next
Then
advance.
some.
Yep. Don't forget though, you can't get more advanced equipment if you start going into other specializations. I'm afraid
Nah.
there
just
is
gonna
no
take
more
the
equipment
plus
to
5.
get.
Oh wait. So if I keep the same advancement, I can just get 5.
You could indeed finally fix those flab legs and get yourself on a regular mook level.
32.
Well, if you have an aptitude in agility.
Oh, you don't have one though. No, you can't You can't just put a plus 5 for free in that. I'm afraid.
Oh really?
Nah.
Oh perception then, or not?
Yeah, that's a good one to put it in. It's been proven before and time again. But yeah, you gain 1,000 overall. Congratulations on ghosting it. We'll go into the results of that explosion and more next session. If you had failed and alerted people, there were a number of captains in a handful of buildings, and reinforcements would be called in from the south, numbering amongst which would be some of those Chaos Knight ladies you met before.
Oh lord.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah. So
I dodge at an 83 now.
That's a really good dodge.
Scout,
Yes.
I have taken Born Leader again. I'm gonna have another comrade next
Okay.
session.
Would you like a support comrade, or would you like a Xenos comrade, or a standard?
Xeno comrades? Those are available now?
I mean, you have now made your link up with the Xenos faction, ensured that, well, I mean, you will have ensured that the Mechanicus are no longer a threat, and so that they can move with a mobile force that's doing, their job for them. So yeah, they will become, not directly an attaché, because they're a captain of their own, but a couple of Tau will happily join you, and you will be able to get a Tau comrade instead.
What's the difference between a Tau comrade and an ordinary one?
I can't remember all of the cohesion actions. They lose one cohesion action, and then the shooting cohesion action gets an extra +5 on it. I will need to double check which cohesion actions is, because it's one of the peoply ones, or something like that gets taken away.
Well, I'll take the advance now and make the decision later. You
Okay.
don't have to look it up while you've still got a migraine.
Yep, I'm like glancing at my second screen in the editor for one of the other fucking games, 5 Hearts, the ones with the floofy maids. It's poking me about stuff. But yeah. Alright, thank you very much for playing, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. And if you're watching in VOD or you're watching in the stream, I hope you have yourselves a lovely fucking good time, and do take care.
Bye, stream.
Like and subscribe.
bye.
Bye, stream.
Bye.